The Night Thief, what you never knew about your body, and the silent loss that begins in sleep. There are moments in life that feel so ordinary, we never think to question them. Like sitting at the edge of your bed in the morning, waiting, not because you're in pain, but because your legs do not quite feel like your own. They hesitate. You wait for the signal to move. Or perhaps you have felt it when rising from a favorite chair, when your balance is not as sharp as it once was, and you reach instinctively for a wall, a railing, anything that anchors you. And like most people, you shrug it off. I'm just getting older, you whisper. But what if that whisper is wrong? What if these small, forgettable moments are not signs of aging, but warnings of something far more dangerous? What if every night, as you sleep, something sacred is being taken from you, not by illness, not by fate, but by a quiet lack of awareness? Welcome to Buddha Story. Tonight we are going to open a door that few dare to touch, because behind it lies one of the most misunderstood, most overlooked truths about the aging body. A truth that is both terrifying and empowering. A truth that could change the way you sleep, eat, and live for the rest of your life. In Buddhist teachings, impermanence is a law that governs all things. The body changes, the mind wanders, the seasons pass, nothing is fixed. But impermanence is not the same as decay. There is a difference between change and deterioration, between growing older and growing weaker. And that difference, more often than not, lies in how we care for the body that carries us. Modern science gives this hidden enemy a name, sarcopenia. It is the slow, silent, often invisible loss of muscle mass and strength that affects nearly 1 in 3 people over the age of 60. Not from disease, not from injury, simply from time and neglect. But here is what they do not tell you. Muscle loss does not only happen when you stop exercising. It does not only creep in when you spend too many hours sitting still. No, it can accelerate while you sleep. That is right. While you rest, your muscles may be breaking down, deteriorating in the quiet of night if your body is not properly nourished. Imagine that. 8 hours of what should be healing and restoration becoming instead a time of loss. This is not just biological, it is spiritual. The body is a temple. In Buddhist practice, we bow to it not to worship the flesh, but to honor the vessel that allows us to practice, to serve, to love. When that vessel weakens, we must ask, not only what is happening, but why. There is a story in the forest monasteries of old of a wandering monk named Suman. He was revered for his wisdom, his discipline, his unwavering dedication to the Dharma. Even in old age, he meditated for hours beneath the Bodhi trees, his breath steady, his mind like still water. But one morning his disciples found him collapsed beside his kuti. He had simply tried to stand, and his legs could not carry him. Alarmed, they rushed to prepare medicine. But when he regained his strength, Suman did not ask for herbs. He asked for food, real food, nutrient-dense, protein-rich, warm, and grounding. For years he had lived with austerity, eating little, giving much. But now his wisdom spoke. The body is not a hindrance, he said. It is the seat of awakening. And if we abandon it, we abandon the path. That story is told not to glorify suffering, but to remind us of something essential. Even the most disciplined among us must learn to listen to the quiet needs of the body, especially as we age. So why do we dismiss these small signals like fatigue or loss of balance or delayed movement as nothing? Why do we not prepare the body for what it must endure through the night? Because we do not know. And what we do not know, we cannot change. That is why this conversation matters. The truth is, the hours just a time to wind down. They are a time to prepare, a time to nourish, a time to give your body what it needs so that it can rebuild, not unravel. In many Buddhist monasteries, evening meals are intentionally light, but deeply nourishing. A small bowl of warm broth, perhaps a scoop of lentils, a few seeds or grains. Not because hunger is noble, but because mindfulness extends even to the act of digestion. Modern research now echoes this ancient wisdom. What you eat before bed determines how your body heals while you rest. If you give it protein, amino acids, and the right fats and minerals, it repairs, regenerates, and grows stronger. If you give it nothing, it breaks down. And the most tragic part? Most people have no idea this is happening. They wake up weaker, but they blame age. They feel less steady, but they think it is fate. They suffer, but they never question why. So tonight I ask you, Are you willing to see your body differently? Not as something to tolerate, but as something to honor. Are you willing to change what you offer it, even if just in the final moments before sleep? Because here is what I know to be true. Aging does not mean defeat. It means opportunity. Opportunity to practice deeper care. Opportunity to walk with awareness. Opportunity to eat not for indulgence, but for strength, for presence, for longevity of purpose. Suman the monk regained his balance, not through willpower but through wisdom. He nourished his body and in doing so reclaimed the ability to serve. And you can do the same. This video is just the beginning. In the next section, we will explore the exact foods that science and ancient wisdom agree can reverse muscle loss and restore vitality, even for those in their 70s, 80s, and beyond. But first, if this message speaks to something inside you, if it awakens even the smallest spark of hope, then I invite you to subscribe to Buddha Story. This channel exists to share not just teachings, but tools, stories, but also solutions. Your support helps us continue offering these messages to those who need them most. Now, before we move forward, I leave you with a question to reflect on. If your body is your temple, how are you tending to it? A. I nourish it daily with care, awareness, and intention. B. I often ignore its quiet signals and push through without listening. Which answer feels most true for you right now? Type A or B in the comments below, and let us walk this journey together. The 7 foods that restore what time has quietly taken. Some truths arrive not with thunder, but with a whisper. After we have questioned the cause of our weakening limbs and the quiet theft that occurs in the night, the real question emerges: what can we do? If muscle slips away while we sleep, how do we reclaim what has been lost? How do we nourish not just our bellies, but the very structure that holds us upright, our strength, our balance, our ability to live fully? There is no single answer, but there is a path. And like all worthy paths, it begins with simple steps. In the teachings of the Buddha, it is said that the middle way avoids both indulgence and deprivation. That wisdom applies here too. The goal is not to feast before sleep, nor to fast ourselves into frailty, but to choose with awareness, to nourish the body as a sacred act, to give it what it truly needs, not what desire demands. Tonight, we speak not of pills or prescriptions, but of foods. 7 of them, ordinary in appearance, extraordinary in their effect. These are not modern miracles. They are ancient allies, recognized now by both science and the wisdom of mindful living. The first is not a single food, but a sacred blend, a cup of restoration, a shake that combines whey protein, collagen peptides, and leucine, 3 forces that work together like monks in harmony. Whey is swift and powerful, delivering essential amino acids that trigger immediate muscle synthesis. Collagen moves more slowly, tending to the ligaments, the connective tissues, the joints that hold the temple together. And leucine is the spark. It tells your body, build. Studies have shown that this combination can do more than halt muscle loss. It can reverse it, even in those well into their 80s. I once knew a teacher named Anura. She had taught movement meditation for decades. Her body was strong, fluid, grounded. But in her late 70s, a fall left her afraid. She said, "My muscles felt like memory, no longer present." She began drinking this blend every night before bed, not as a cure, but as a commitment. Within weeks, her walk changed. Within months, so did her confidence. Not because she defied time, but because she nourished her body for what it was, still capable, still alive. The second food is humble and often overlooked: cottage cheese. Its magic lies in casein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds the body gently through the night. As you sleep, the body is rebuilding, and casein delivers the tools steadily, hour by hour. It also contains leucine, the builder's signal, and phosphorus and calcium, vital for bone and muscle function. For those who struggle with chewing or appetite, its soft texture offers ease. It is not flashy, but it is effective, like a quiet friend who never leaves your side. The third is Greek yogurt. Strained to a dense, creamy richness, it contains both whey and casein, the fast and the slow, the warrior and the monk. It delivers a wave of nourishment followed by a long, slow stream of support. 1 cup can provide up to 20 grams of protein, all wrapped in probiotics that aid digestion and improve nutrient absorption. Add chia seeds for omega-3s. Add berries for antioxidants. Add honey if needed for sweetness that does not disturb the sacred balance of blood sugar. Then there are pumpkin seeds, small green, often forgotten, but within them lies magnesium, the great relaxer, the mineral that soothes nerves, calms the muscles, and prepares the body for rest. They are rich in protein, in zinc, and in tryptophan, which becomes serotonin, which becomes melatonin, the sleep hormone. One small handful is like a mantra: enough, enough, enough. A simple chant to the body's needs. Tart cherry juice may sound indulgent, but its benefits are deep and real. Rich in anthocyanins, it reduces inflammation, speeds recovery, and improves sleep quality by increasing melatonin. In one study, elders who drank it before bed recovered from exertion faster and felt stronger over time. In another, their sleep deepened, lengthened, softened. One glass, no sugar, pure, red real. I knew an old gardener who drank it each night, his hands rough with age. He called it liquid silence. Almond butter is the sixth, smooth, rich, calming. It contains monounsaturated fats that stabilize blood sugar and prevent night hunger. Its arginine supports circulation, bringing nutrients to the muscles like a river to a dry field. One spoon on whole grain toast, or stirred into warm oats, or eaten alone, slowly, with presence. Its fats do not weigh you down. They hold you, steady and warm. And the seventh, perhaps the most ancient of all, is the egg. Not fried, not scrambled, but soft-boiled. Its yolk still golden, its white just set. It holds within it all 9 essential amino acids in perfect balance. It contains vitamin D for strength, vitamin B12 for nerve function, leucine, again, always leucine, for the signal to build. When lightly cooked, it is more bioavailable, more easily absorbed. And when eaten with reverence, it becomes more than food. It becomes a seed, a symbol, the possibility of new strength. These 7 are not commandments. They are invitations. They are ways to meet the body with kindness, to offer it the materials it has been quietly begging for. You do not need them all at once. You need only begin. Perhaps tonight you choose one. A single egg, a small cup of yogurt, a handful of seeds. And tomorrow you notice something, a bit more steadiness, a bit less hesitation, a breath that carries you farther. In the Dhammapada it is written, health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth. To care for your body is to accept the gift. To nourish it before rest is to say, I choose not to fade, but to endure. Let others chase youth. Let others deny age. You will meet it with grace, with food, with stillness, with strength. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not finished. Your body is waiting, and it is ready to rebuild. Give it what it needs, and it will return to you what you have lost. That is not magic. That is the Dharma of the body, the truth that endures even as the years pass. And now you know how to answer it, not with fear, not with regret, but with food, with care, with love.